where the money goes. We'll get in all those details here, but I know that you really want to thank so many people who have helped you here today, and we've got a couple with us right here.
Yeah, there's so many people to thank. I mean, obviously our title sponsors, like QNX, has been amazing. They're a title sponsor. Snelling Paper, Ottawa University. We have all the basketball team here, the coaches in the house. Everybody's been just so generous and just going out there and making sure that all the golfers are having the best possible day. Ottawa Sooners cheerleaders. They're sitting, they're going on the golf course and they're cheering and all these fancy cheers for all these golfers. So it's pretty fun. Obviously, the Rideau View Golf Course, Steve Duck and his team have been great. ProShine, they've washed 82 cars, and these guys have been nonstop. Everybody comes in, car gets washed, and then Laura for InStride events and Daniela, they've been doing like a great job putting this whole thing together. And then my team, of course. I mean, everybody's out here and the whole Greco franchise system that just takes the day off. We close the schools down, and we want to dedicate all this hard work so everybody's working together to really, help the cause.
A day off? No, that's not a cheat day, is it?
Not a cheat day,
okay,
no.
Right.
We've been serving gelato for you
I
guys.
know, yeah,
Gelato.
Fantastic.
The gang at Pure Gelato gave us amazing, 3-4 flavors, I think, and it was a nice touch, especially with a day like this.
And raising funds for a great cause to try and fight child obesity. Tell us why you decided on this cause.
Yeah, well, when you look at the statistics, and 1 out of 4 people are severely obese, especially Canadians, and right now that category is from ages 2 to 7, and it's pretty scary. So in the past, we've not only helped people that are just obese, but just people that, like we've had some funds that we gave to Christie Lake kids. We have also Project Step. So we've also put people through the foundation that, yes, had a severely obese problems that needed the nutritional counseling, and we had to set a nutritionist up in their home and really kind of give them that tender, loving care and put a whole program together. Because at the end of the day, when you look into the future, you're saving a lot of money on the medical system. I know that, they call exercise is kind of like the medicine of the future. So we just want to get these kids active and realize that, you can have fun, you can be fit, and you can develop some good eating habits. And I think the awareness is getting more and more as the statistics are rising. And we just want to be the first people to kind of make that awareness, especially being in the field and working with the children that are our future.
Obviously, you had other considerations. I'm sure you thought, what, I want to give back. I want to do an event. I want to support some cause here. Maybe just elaborate on that. Why specifically this? Because you could have went in various directions with health issues for children as well, and not specifically obesity.
Yeah, and I have 2 kids of my own, and we all live busy lives, and often you kind of get stuck in the rut where eating is not really the priority, but it should be. And I know that growing up as a child, like my parents used to stuff food down my throat, but it was from the garden, and half the time I didn't like it, half the time I did. So it was either I liked it or I didn't eat. Where right now, it's so easy, and people are tied up with obviously putting a lot of time on their computer and not being as active. And then parents are living very stressful lives that a lot of things that people are eating are out of a box because it's got to be quick and they don't have time. So that was one of the reasons, and I saw that, and I was worried. I really was. I was worried, with my own 2 kids, and I saw some of the kids that were coming in, and they're like, 10 years of age. Type 2 diabetes. It was like, wow. And then you start getting yourself wrapped up in these statistics, and it's pretty scary. So I started to follow a doctor out of Harvard. His name is Dr. John Ray. He's got a new book called Spark, and it was pretty amazing that it now has that neurological effect on kids as well that are severely obese, and that's where it's like, okay, you know what? Now it's not just wrecking the body; it's wrecking the mind. And a lot of parents think that you have to look big to be obese, but that's not the issue. Obesity is having a BMI over 30, and obviously body fat over 30, which is going to cause some serious health issues, as we see, heart disease and type 2 diabetes, and we could go on and on.
All right, let's bring the other 2 into the conversation here. It's Tony speaks so well to the event here, but oh, you do.
Well, thank you. You guys are great.
James and Laura, why is it important to you, James?
It was just a chance really for my young guys that they get a lot of privileges and they get being a university athlete here. And, really just a chance for me to get these guys out in the community and giving back to such a great cause. Even just from an athletic standpoint, these guys have all been sort of blessed, and obviously their families and didn't have the issues that some of the young people have today. And for these guys just to take the day today and for me to give them the day off of training and to come in here and help Tony. I mean, Tony's just amazing. His energy is just great. I hit it off with him right away. He's just a great energy, and I wanted these guys to see that. And you know what? They've really got behind it today, and I'm really proud of my guys. And you know, this is something that we'll be working with them in the future for sure. And just a great day and a great event. It was just perfect. Couldn't have worked better.
Talk about, I mean, obviously it's great for the event to have these guys here, but I think anytime you get young kids, whether they're 16 years old or in this case 18 to 22, 23 years old, to get out in the community and to experience events like this, what does it mean for them and what do they take back just to their own lives in being parts of events like these?
Well, I think an event like this is one type of event that they understand that there is time and that it doesn't take a whole lot to give back to different charities or just different events. This is just one day, and a lot of people sit at home and feel like, oh, this and that about coming out, and it was really easy for them, and on top of that they had a great day and they've had a great time. And for this type of cause too, we'd like to see our young guys work with young children. This is an event specifically for fundraising, but in the future we'll be with Tony and then working hands-on with young kids. And kids look up to these guys and see them walk in their uniforms, and it can be inspiring for the kids and for our guys to give back. It's something as the coach is a big priority for me, and this is a great chance for us.
All right, let's go to you, Laura, and just talk about every event here, and you're involved in many events. Every event is unique unto its own. Maybe just a few comments about this one in particular. What stands out for you?
Well, this one is close to my heart because I was with Tony 3 years ago when we started it. We opened the Foundation to Fight Obesity in Children, so it's something that I always wanted to stay a part of. And Tony's going to be working with me and my company doing all the events for the foundation. Also, I have 2 children of my own. One who did struggle a little bit through his adolescence, with weight, and so it was a lot of learning for me going through it with Tony and teaching and bringing it back to my family. So that's, why it's important to me. Just to touch on what James was saying, the team has been amazing today. They've actually raised over $1,000 for us on their own, and they've picked up and just were amazing. We normally count on the Greco staff. I mean, they're here and they've been amazing as well, but we usually count on them to do the grunt work. But we switched it over to the basketball team this year, and they've been incredible, so thank you.
What are you guys hoping to raise this year?
Well, currently we're sitting at around 30,000, but we still have a lot of auctions and things to go, so
we have a nice oil painting that was done by Tony Harris of Claude Giroux. It's one of a kind. There's only one. He's agreed to have it done for us, and he'll sign it here at the event, and I'm sure that'll probably raise a little bit of money. And we have some great prizes, so yeah, it's going to be exciting. We'll wait to hear what the big total is. Maybe we'll announce it on Tigo Wednesday morning.
And Claude's here every year.
Yeah.
And he's not the only one. Maybe just speak to that, Tony. You get to train a lot of these guys that are in the NHL, guys that want to be in the NHL. And these are named guys, especially in a hockey town like Ottawa. For them to come out here year after year is going to be great for you.
It is. You know what? These guys, and I know they're so busy. They get asked to do every tournament. And, I mean, even Mike Fisher, I asked him for 2 jerseys. He said, no problem. I'll get you them as soon as possible. And he's been great. Claude's been supporting the event every year. We got a lot of new prospects. Tyler Toffoli, Calvin DeHaan, Jason Akeson, Tim Billingsley. We have Corbin McPherson who plays in Colgate University. A whole bunch of guys that, you just don't even, they just know that that's the date and they're going to do that, when for the kids. So it's great. Like, you could just see that. And that's what I think adds a lot of energy. And this year, kind of making it more of a sports event with the Ottawa U basketball team, and then the minor football association with the Ottawa Sooners. I think it's getting, like James was saying as well, it's getting these kids to go, wow, this is pretty cool. So if you're a parent and you have kids of your own, it almost makes you want to enroll them in some kind of sports activity to obviously keep them fit and keep them healthy. Because I really do think if kids get involved in sports, they have a less chance of not just becoming obese, but just a less chance. I'd rather get them working out as opposed to hanging out, if you know what I mean.
Yep, exactly. Well, another great event here, and great weather for it as well. So congratulations to everybody involved here with this once again.
Thank you, and thanks for the great job, by the way. You guys do a great job every year. So I know that you sit on the chairs and you're working all day long, and it's tough in the heat, but I'm glad that you guys are doing an amazing job.
Oh, come on.
Great
Yeah,
to be
seriously.
here.
So we're gonna get you some dinner as well, and some healthy dinner.
We have some gelato from
All right.
Yeah, so we're all good. It's all good. All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, now one more piece of business before we go here. I do have to, because speaking of Rita View, Tony, I don't know if you're aware of this. This is what Steve and Paul did for us and the listeners. We got to give away emailer of the day today. 3 round of golf for a foursome, 2 power cards, $100 food and beverage. It's a $600 value to come play here at Rideau View, one of the best courses here in the area. And we have some front runners, and they're ripping AJ, so it's good.
Nice. Well, thanks, Laredo, for that. That is unbelievable. So, again, just goes to show you what kind of club this is and obviously the people that run it.
All right. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to a couple more emails.